Welcome back to another action figure review. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the Joytoy 1/15 scale Dark Source Boyang Feng. This is the packaging it comes in. We can see a nice artwork on the front, the title at the top, Joytoy scale at the bottom, some Chinese on the bottom right. Top and bottom of the box has Joytoy. On this side, we have Dark Source and the name of the character. Then we have the name of the character and some choking hazard warnings. Not for children under the age of 3. This product is not a toy, adult collectible. Recommended for ages 17 and up. Here on the back of the box, same information at the top. Dark Source, Boyang Feng, Joytoy, some Chinese sticker on the back, like a white sticker. Here we have product information here. If you want to pause and read that, you can. A UPC. And actually, you can see right here, it's Joytoy's actual website. Very cool. So this is like a window type style box. There's a flap on the front here with a piece of Velcro. It looks like I'm missing a top piece of right there, but here's a product image of the figure. And here is the inside clamshell. Very cool. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the figure outside the packaging. So inside the box we have this product insert, the Joytoy there, Dark Source Boyang Feng there. Here we have the accessories list, 2 product images of the character, one geared all the way down and one in a normal unhelmeted with a pistol stance. Here we have some precautions that I recommend you read. Pause and read that. Here in the center we have a diagram on how to remove your figure, but remember to heat them up before you do that. Okay, here is the figure outside the packaging. Let's take a look at that head sculpt. Kind of looks like an Asian character. Black hair. Just basic look on his face. Nothing too fancy or emotional or dramatic. Too bad. Okay, so he has like his brownish shirt. And we have a sleeveless vest or jacket. We have a lot of detailing in the jacket. We have like a mustard color with some black stripes there. We have some white line work on the jacket. We have some silver studs. It looks like they actually try to pull off a zipper look with the white outline. The studs go throughout. We have white shoulder straps here. So on the front here, it starts right there, silver. Then it has a red wire that comes back around to this silver device on the back. Then you can see the studs across the back on a half circle. And then from underneath that half circle flap, we have the red wire coming out to this cylinder here. And it goes inside. So for his belt on the back here, we have some kind of red shells maybe there. They look awful large to be shells. I'm not sure what that is or what they're going for. So the belt's like a brown. We have maybe just shotgun shells here on the front. Does not have a shotgun, I don't think. But okay. We have a pistol holster here. Unfortunately, we do have this side thigh pad, so we have the strap around the leg and it is connected to the belt. So this is going to hinder your articulation on this entire leg with the belt applied to the figure. His gloves, pretty detailed. It's pretty cool. Studded or padded gloves. He has gray pants. Brown boots. It looks pretty cool. It's an interesting design. Definitely very unique. I'm not aware of anything in the 1/18 scale that looks like this character. Very nice. So let's get some more angles of this guy. You guys can see all the work on the jacket, all the paint, the detailing here on that cylinder also. So back of that flap, pretty decent. He just has that collar on his jacket there. Wonder what this cylinder actually is for. A couple of things I noticed too is like besides this is the black knee joints. These need to be gray. They need to be the same color as the pants, especially for premium figures. Well, it's not a bad looking figure. So let's take a look at the articulation. I'm kind of surprised before we start articulation he doesn't have a scarf. I mean, I'm kind of burned out on this scarves with these figures. He does look down. And of course, you can take them off very nicely. He can look up a little bit. This side to side, of course. And 360 all the way around. The collar does not get in the way of the head's articulation. For the arms, they rotate 360. You can kind of bring them out a little bit because of his jacket piece, but that's expected. Arms go about that much. 360 rotation at the elbow. Bendable elbow. We have the new style wrist joints, so it's the black 360. You get the in and out, up and down, all around the ball, as you can see. However you would like. This actually has a lot more movement because you can see the ball is not really pushed in. It's kind of give and take. You want the articulation. If you push the ball in too far, you lose some because the wrist and the palm of the hand clash, fight for position. Another thing I also noticed about this was this is kind of a hokey design for the elbow. You can see that black joint protruding above the shirt right there. So when you bend it, you can see it down here at the bottom. You guys see that? It sticks through. It definitely looks like he has two-piece arm. Like his arm, you can see one more right there, how the arm looks. It doesn't look natural for a male human character. It looks like a robot arm. So I'll just drop down. Don't like that. Here's chest articulation here. Like a diaphragm crunch, back and forth, side to side. We have a 360 rotation here. Kind of get caught up with all the stuff going on, so but it's there for you. For the splits, he would have performed a pretty decent split if it wasn't for this thigh holster and belt connection. Obviously, you can remove it if you want to and improve that leg. It's actually pretty decent. And here, again, you would again get much. If you want to sit in a vehicle, it's not going to happen. But, unless you take off the belt and thigh holster. Double jointed knees, very nice. For his feet, they pivot down. Pivot back to stationary. Because the way that's made there. Toe articulation here up. 360 around the ankle if you would like to do that. And get you your side to side also. So the articulation is pretty much the same as expected. The overall aesthetics is kind of weak in the elbows, in my opinion. And then the balls here is a give and take. But it just looks like they went with cybernetic arms. It's probably been a better figure for overall design and aesthetics. But it looks two pieces. Like you have this piece and this piece, and then you have the hand. Actually, three pieces with the hand. You can see the light through there. It's just not. It's not filled in as it should be. But it's definitely an interesting figure, though. All right, so let's take a look at the accessories. He has the same helmet as Steiner. There's a black on the top, black visor, gray like respirator type looking piece here. Maybe we have some white straps here on both sides. We have some red on the back with the gray. Red, just a little bit red on the front there. Shiny on top. And this is over the head also, which is great, but very loose. I mean, it doesn't come off, it gets caught, but it wobbles around a lot. It's obvious that Steiner was the first figure they designed, because he's kind of like part of Steiner's design, because they use the helmet on Steiner is perfect fit, and they just made this guy just to add, you know, the third figure to the Griggs and the Steiner figure. I'm betting that everything was designed for Steiner, so he is the premium figure you want. You're gonna have issues with this guy that I'm pointing out, but you know, it stays on for the most part. It's just a floppy helmet piece, poor tolerance. Okay, here's his submachine gun. This is a very unique design. Black with some dry brushing, silver dry brushing. A lot of pain here trying to get this in his hand. It's small to begin with. You got these bars here that I absolutely despise. Show what's going on with this thing. So let's get this helmet off. Anyway, we have our trigger finger hand, and you're probably going to have to go in from the front. The hands are pretty decent, soft. The thumb is a pain. Obviously, they get that thumb to wrap around. It looks like the handle is, you know, a little larger than it should be. And here he is, getting that thumb and that trigger finger to work out together. It's definitely a pain because of all these bars. Aesthetically, I don't care about those bars. I wish they never would use them again, but they seem to love them for some reason. I think it looks cool. I don't know. I don't even like the look of it. I love the playability, in my opinion, of course, but they're not for me. Yeah, so it's a pain trying to get that in there. It's an awkward weapon. It just looks, you have too much support for a little submachine gun, basically. I'm just going to go with that. Kind of fiddles around like that. I do not like the design of this weapon. Alright. Okay, so here he has a pistol. It's a black revolver, which will make a silver dry brushing on it. Also notice, like, besides these joints in his legs, they're black also in his arm. They should be the same color of his shirt. That may help hide the overall gappiness in the elbows. This is his pistol. Not particularly a good hold. His finger is pointing downward. It's almost like you'd have to either position the pistol downward or bend his finger up and in, which don't recommend doing that. So, okay, so we have a pistol holster that this thing is supposed to fit in. There we go. Not too bad. It's a snug fit. Shouldn't fall. I shouldn't lose it. Decent. So the last accessory, or I should say the last weapon he has, not last accessory, he has a sword. Here we go. Now this is a pretty nice sword, black handle. That's gonna be hard to show you, but he has this like this black charcoal blade. It's kind of serrated. You guys see that? right around this edge here, and you can feel the sculpt. Trying to get the light. Oh, there we go. That might be it right there. That's really cool. Now, obviously, he has alternate hands. This is more for his gun hand, but I am not going to swap out his hands because I have to go and heat everything up, and he can hold that pretty decently like that. I like how that blade bends at the top. It's really nice. It catches the light pretty nicely, though. The only bad thing for me, there's nowhere to put this sword on this person. I mean, if they're going to copy off of Steiner a lot, they could at least put an angled maybe, or even across his back or on his belt, kind of like a snake eyes thing, where there is a piece here they can slide through, and it could ride across the back of his belt. But there's nowhere to keep that or his submachine gun on his person, so he can't hold off his weapons. So, kind of wish I did that. So the two sets of hands they come with, you can see how very tight diameter they are. Padded gloves, it was cool. The other ones are closed fist for hand-to-hand combat. Did I mix those up? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Or did I? I did. No. We have 3 open hands and 1 completely molded hand. That's different. Let's see how many hands I have here, if these are right. So I have, maybe I got the wrong hands. So that's a set there. And hard to see through the camera. Nope. This is a fisted hand and this is an open hand. So that's different from the Steiner finger, definitely. So, my final thoughts on this guy. Let's see here. My dislikes, first off, is these joints, elbow joints. I hate the elbows. Wrists don't bother me too much. So because they're not painted the same color as the pants and the shirt, they're black. The overall design, it looks like it's 2 separate pieces, an upper arm, lower arm, and then a ball over a hand. They look robotic to me. I think maybe if they would have colored those the same color, that would have been such a eyesore, I guess. This piece here is just like the gun. Not needed. It really hinders the playability. It's not worth this aesthetic over the playability of the figure, putting him in vehicles, putting him in, certain kind of battle positions. So I don't like the gun, is another thing. The helmet's a little loose. It stays on, so okay. It's going to be like a 50-50 on that. The idea that you can't put the sword on this person, don't like that either. It's not a bad figure, don't get me wrong. So those are things I don't like. Is it a deal breaker? That's completely up to you. It should have really came with maybe a shotgun or something. Really nice shotgun. If you're going to shotgun shells. The vest looks really good. I like the vest. I like the cylinder in the back. I'm not sure what that is, but I like the jacket. It's really cool. The materials feel good. I mean, there's nothing seems to be going to break, as does the joints, for example. But the coloring, I think, is the issue. Decent head sculpt. Not too bad. So, these figures run about $27 in China, I believe. But I paid something like that. And if you want them in the US, I see them between $34.99 and $39.99. Pre-order a lot of places. I think you might be able to get them from Amazon, but if you guys see something on Amazon, look to where they're shipping from. Here's a good little tip for you. So if you see figures like the Joytoy figures, scroll down a little bit below the picture and the price. You're going to find something that says ship from. If it says ship from Amazon and you live in the United States, they're already in the United States. So you can order them and you can get them within a reasonable time. Of course, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get it all faster. But if it says ship from the Joytoy store, you're looking up to, a month. It could take up to a month. This is going to, but you're definitely looking at several weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. And that's because they come from China. But you're paying American prices for these figures. So they're charging you what you would buy from like Big Bad Toy Store. Instead of getting it from like, Locker Toys, which is you get the discount. And they're cheaper even without the discount from Locker Toys. And you can automatically get them within like 3 to 7 days that way. So if you buy them on Amazon, just look to see where they're coming from and expect different shipping times. And you're going to pay American prices to the vendors from China. So if you guys enjoyed that little tip, let me know what you guys think about that, about the figure, about the accessories. What issues do you guys have with this figure? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Lots of Joytoy stuff coming and other things in the near future. Hit the thumbs up if you like the figure, if you like the video, like the comments. Comment down below, questions, comments, anything you want to say. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions and thoughts. Share the video with your fellow collectors and friends so they know what they're getting for their hard-earned money. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.